Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to tell you my top 5 decks going into the Madison Regional that I think are going to see a lot of play. I think we're going to see several of these, each of these decks in top 64, top 32. I think they're going to be all over the field. Starting off with Zapdos Beast. Now this deck, if I can get the right button. Now this deck it's been around for a while now, ever since Team Up came out. Hits for a lot of damage. But with the new tag teams coming in out of Unbroken Bonds, I just don't think it does enough anymore, and that's why I have it at number 5. It does have this new tech, Marshadow and Machamp GX, which allows it to hit for 120 damage if you had a Pokemon knocked out last turn. So basically you get to one-shot a Pikachu and Zekrom for just 2 energies on a Pokemon that has 270 hit points. So you're not going to get the return knockout is not coming next turn. That is number 5. Now number 4 is kind of a deck that didn't see a lot of play in the last couple tournaments, but I think it's going to see a resurgence here in this one, and that is Naganadel Quagsire. Now this deck has a really good matchups against Pikarom with this Onix. Being able to hit for 240 for a single prize attacker, getting these 4 energies on is a breeze. Being able to hit for 240, knock out a Pikachu and Zekrom is amazing. And Quagsire being able to hit for 4 energies and knock out a Charizard and Reshiram Tag Team GX is just amazing also. It has a really good matchups in the meta. It does struggle against Melmetal Lucario Stall because it just does not hit for enough damage. You have these rescue stretchers here, so you don't worry about getting knocked out. Wishful Baton keeps your energy on, and that is what I have for number 4. Now number 3 is kind of a new one. This deck did really well in the last tournament, and I think it was a special event, maybe not, I can't remember exactly, but Zoroark Greninja. Now this deck, I've been playing around with it quite a bit. As you can see, I don't have quite all the cards that this guy here had, but this is the deck list he used. I'm assuming he made it top 5, I believe, so he did really well with it. This is just a very popular card. It struggles a little bit in the early game because it doesn't quite get those energies into play with the Naganadel and the Incineroar, but it takes a turn to set up, but if you can get it set up, you can hit for 300 damage easily. And that is number 4, or number 3, I'm sorry. And number 2, I have Pikachu and Zekrom. This deck right here, y'all know what it is. It's been around for a while. Does lots of damage. Tag Bolt, 200 damage, and then it does 170 to the bench. Means you're knocking out a Dedenne or a Lele or, you know, Tapu Koko, whatever it is they have on the bench. And you have a little bit of Zapdos in here for that early game attacking, or for, you know, a little bit of stall, you know, throw up a 1 prize attacker so they can knock something out that's not, you know, a Pikachu, Zekrom, or a Dedenne. And then for the number 1 spot, I have, of course, Charizard and Reshiram Tag Team GX. I believe this card, or this deck, is still going to remain on top. You have to tech against it, and to tech against it means you're losing out against other decks. And so, as long as this card sees a little bit of popularity, and it's going to, then I believe it'll always be in the top spot. Because when you have to tech against it, then other decks are going to beat you, and so those decks are hopefully going to be weeded out in the beginning on day 1 and not make it to day 2. Now this deck is a little bit special because it plays the Counter Catchers and the Lieutenant Surge and the 4 Green Search. So it's a little bit behind. You're not worried about getting your Volcanions knocked out. Then you can go straight into Lieutenant Surge for a Green Search, for a Custom Catcher, and maybe another Green Search, you know, whatever it is, allowing you to get a whole bunch of cards, play a whole bunch of energies, or maybe, you know, double welder, whatever it is. But that is pretty much the top 5 decks I think we're going to see at Madisonville. I think Charizard Reshiram is going to come in on the top. I think it's going to win the whole thing. Nagaquag, I believe, we'll see a lot. I believe we'll see a lot of it. It's just too good of a counter to the current meta with Pikachu and Zekrom and Charizard and Reshiram for it not to see any play. Zoroark Greninja, this deck is just fire when it lights off, but sometimes it stalls at the beginning. You have to pop that GX attack to get these Incineroars out, and sometimes it's just hard to do that. But anyway, guys, that's what I think is going to be in the top 32. Those 5 decks, I think is going to be in the top 32. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Leave me a like. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. Do all that good stuff. Follow me on Instagram, and we'll see you next time.